friends. Well, I am sitting here today in front of a piano because if there was ever anything in the world that I have the least amount of self-confidence in, it would be music, and it would be playing something like this. And it's based on a couple of things. It's based on past failures. I remember in 6th grade, everybody went to band. You were supposed to go to band. Except for me. I went, I failed some kind of little test, and I was like the only one that got sent back to the homeroom and had to just sit there while everybody else was at band. So anyway, that's been a long time ago. So that's in the back of my mind, as well as other people who have said to me, you have no musical talent, stick to what you know, because music is not one of them. Can't sing, can't carry a tune. So I have no confidence at all when it comes to music or playing instruments or singing because of past failures and what people have also told me. So I think that a lot of us struggle with self-confidence, and sometimes it's across the board. We're just not self-confident in anything. And other times it's situational, that we are maybe confident at home but not at work, or we might be confident with small group gatherings but not large group. But sometimes, if not all the time, we have struggles with self-confidence. And so we really need to have self-confidence because it benefits us. There are lots of benefits to being self-confident. And they have proven that if you're self-confident, you'll be a better employee, you'll be a better spouse, you'll be a better whatever. Because whatever you're doing, you will be better at it just simply because you think you can. If you lack self-confidence in anything you're doing, they have proven that you just won't do as good a job. And so it's beneficial to have self-confidence. They've also proven that it improves our relationships, not only with other people, but it improves our relationship with ourselves. We love ourselves more. We feel better about ourselves when we have self-confidence. They also say another benefit of being self-confident is having more energy on a daily basis and just in general. And that we will be happier if we are self-confident. So lots of benefits, and those are probably just a few to name many. But how do we go about this? Where do we even start? Well, the good thing is that we can learn self-confidence. We can teach ourselves. We can practice. There are certain things in life that we can't learn, that we either can or can't do it or whatever. But with self-confidence, we can. And so it's just a matter of saying, I want more self-confidence, either across the board or in certain situations. But the first thing we need to do to develop self-confidence is stop comparing ourselves to other people. Stop comparing ourselves to other people. No matter what, in any circumstance, just don't compare ourselves to other people. They also say that we can improve our self-confidence by just taking better care of ourselves, eating the right things, moving around and getting a little movement or some exercise, getting the proper rest, maybe participating in some meditation and things like that. So taking care of ourselves. Another way to improve our self-confidence is positive talk, self-talk. Your two favorite phrases from here on out should be, I can and I will. I can and I will. And I think we need to repeat that to ourselves daily. And especially when we get in the circumstances where we lack self-confidence. I can and I will. I can and I will. It goes hand in hand with controlling any negative thoughts that come into our minds about ourselves, saying, you can't play the piano, you can't carry a tune in the bucket, you don't know anything about music. Saying, no, I'm not going to believe that. I'm not going to believe that. Yes, I've had past failures, and yes, I've had people tell me that, but I'm not going to believe that. So any negative thought, to just say, no, not going to believe that. And start thinking that there are really no limits to what we can do. If we believe we can do it and we build that self-confidence, then we can do things. The other thing would be to focus on our strengths. There are things we do well, and identify those and remember those and think about those things. And remember past successes, even small ones, even baby steps that you have taken. Celebrate those things and focus on those things. And one of the coolest things we can do to build our self-confidence is to visualize what we're going to look like when we are confident. To just close your eyes and imagine what you look like being confident, either in all situations if that's what you need, or in that specific situation that you really need confidence, to just in your mind visualize what that looks like. There's a story of a guy that was a prisoner of war, and he played golf, and he loved to play golf, and he played the same golf course all the time. Well, he was held prisoner of war. He couldn't play golf, of course, but in his mind, every single night, he visualized himself playing that golf course. And he would visualize himself getting up there and teeing off and then hitting the ball till he got to the green and putting it. And he did that every night for years and years and years. Well, when he got out of being a prisoner of war, he finally got to play that golf course. And of course, he hadn't played in years. I want you to know that just by visualizing himself playing golf every day, his golf score improved. He was a better golfer after being locked up for years than he would have been playing golf every day, just by the power of his mind. So if we can visualize what we look like being self-confident, it will change who we are. So we can do this. It takes practice. It's like anything. The more we practice something, the easier it gets and the better we get. So let's leave here today and go practice. Let's practice those two favorite new phrases, I can and I will. And then visualize every single day what you will look like when you're confident. Have a great evening, and I'll see you tomorrow.